Now here's something most folks never realize. When your cucumber comes out bitter, that ain't the cucumber's fault. It's not a bad seed. It's not bad luck. It's not something wrong with the plant itself. What it really is, it's the plant trying to tell you it got stressed out somewhere along the way, and it went and made a bitter chemical on account of it. There's 5 things that'll stress a cucumber into turning bitter on you, and once you know what they are, you will never bite into a sour one again. So stick with me here, 'cause this is honestly one of the easiest problems in the whole garden to put right. So let me explain real quick what's actually going on inside that cucumber, 'cause it'll make all 5 of these make sense. Every cucumber's got a natural compound in it. Fella's name is cucurbitacin, but you don't got to remember that. And that compound, well, it's bitter. Now in a happy, healthy, comfortable cucumber, there's only the tiniest little bit of it, so little you never even taste it, and the cuke comes out sweet and cool and crisp. But when that plant gets stressed, too dry, too hot, whatever it might be, it cranks out a whole lot more of that bitter stuff, kind of as a defense, and it ends up concentrated mostly in 2 spots, the skin and the stem end. So really, every single reason on this list comes back to one simple idea: keeping your cucumber plant calm, comfortable, and unstressed. You do that, you get sweet cucumbers. That's the whole game. Okay, reason number 1. And I'll tell you, I learned every bit of this the hard way. Used to bring a big bowl of cucumbers to the church potluck, real proud of myself, and then watch folks take one polite little bite and quietly set 'em off to the side of their plate. Stung my pride something awful. But once I finally understood it was all just stress, well, it changed everything. So let me save you the embarrassment. Reason number 1, and this is the biggest one by a country mile, so listen up close: uneven watering. See, a cucumber is darn near all water, 95% water if you can believe it. So when it comes to moisture, that plant is needy, real needy. And the thing that stresses it out worse than just about anything is when the water comes and goes. You soak it good one day, then you let it go bone dry for 3-4 days, then you soak it again. That up and down feast or famine watering is exactly what sets off all that bitterness. So the fix is steady, even, deep watering. Cucumbers want a good drink on the regular. Figure an inch or 2 of water a week at the very least, and a good deal more than that when it's hot out and the vines all loaded down with fruit. Water deep, right down at the roots, and keep it consistent. Same rhythm, don't you let 'em dry clean out in between. And do yourself a big favor and lay down some mulch, straw or shredded leaves, right around the base of them plants. That mulch holds the moisture in the soil nice and even, so your cukes aren't riding a roller coaster from soaked to parched and back. Keep that water steady, and you just knocked out the number 1 cause of bitter cucumbers right there. And here's a tell to watch for. If you see them cucumber vines wilting and flopping over in the heat of the afternoon, or you start getting pinched in, misshapen, hooked-looking cucumbers, that's your plant begging you for more steady water. Listen to it. Reason number 2, heat. Now this one goes hand in hand with the water. When it gets real hot out, and I'm talking sustained up in the high 80s, 90 degrees, day after day after day, your cucumber plant gets stressed, plain and simple. Same as you or me sweating it out in a heat wave with no shade. And a stressed, overheated plant makes more of that bitter compound, sure as anything. So when you hit one of them long, hot stretches and your cukes start tasting sharp on you, well, Now you know exactly why. What can you do about it? Well, that mulch we just talked about pulls double duty right here. It keeps them roots cooler and more even down in the soil. Keep the water coming steady too, 'cause a well-watered plant handles the heat a whole lot better than a thirsty one. And if you're staring down a real brutal heat wave, you can even rig up a little shade cloth over them plants for the hottest part of the afternoon, just to take the edge off. Give that plant a little relief from the heat, and it'll stay sweet for you. Reason number 3, and this one surprises near about everybody. Sometimes the bitterness is baked right into the seed, the variety you planted. See, some of your old-fashioned cucumber varieties are just naturally way more prone to going bitter than others. It's in their genes, and there's nothing you can do to grow it out of them. But here's the good news, and it's real good news. Over the years, the plant breeders have gone and developed cucumber varieties that they call burpless, or label bitter-free, or non-bitter, right there on the seed packet, and a whole lot of them have had that bitter gene bred clean out. Your long English cucumbers, a lot of the Asian types, varieties like Marketmore or Diva or Sweet Success, they're known for staying sweet and mild even when the conditions aren't perfect. So next time you're standing there buying seeds, flip that packet over and hunt for them magic words: burpless, bitter-free, non-bitter. You pick the right variety from the get-go, and you've stacked the deck in your favor before you even put a seed in the ground. Now, fair warning, even them bitter-free varieties can still go a little sour on you if you stress them hard enough with the heat and the dry spells. The right variety stacks the odds way in your favor, but it ain't a free pass to ignore the other 4. You still got to treat 'em right. Hey, quick favor before the last 2. If this is helping you out, do an old fella a kindness and tap that subscribe button down there. I share easy, down-to-earth garden fixes just like this every single week. Anyhow, reason number 4. Reason number 4. Your cucumbers are growing in tough conditions. Poor soil, not enough to eat, not enough sun. Any of that piles up into a stressed-out plant, and you know by now exactly where stress leads. See, a cucumber's a hungry, fast-growing vine. It wants rich soil with plenty of organic matter to pull from, and it wants full sun, a good 6 to 8 hours of it a day. Stick it in poor, tired old dirt, or off in a shady corner, and it's going to struggle the whole season long. And a struggling plant makes bitter fruit. So set 'em up right from the start. Work a good helping of compost into that bed before you plant. That feeds 'em nice and steady and helps hold the moisture too, so it solves a couple problems at once. Give 'em a good sunny spot, and feed 'em a little through the season. Nothing fancy, just don't let 'em go hungry. A well-fed cucumber in good ground with plenty of sun is a calm, happy cucumber, and a calm cucumber is a sweet one. And if you're growing yours in a pot or a container, keep an extra sharp eye on 'em. Them containers dry out twice as fast as the open ground does, and that's a straight shot to bitter. Check 'em every single day when it's hot. And reason number 5, you let 'em get too big and too old hanging there on the vine. See, the longer a cucumber stays on that plant, the more of that bitter compound it builds up inside, especially once it starts getting oversized or turning a little yellow on you. An old, fat, overripe cucumber is a bitter cucumber, near about every time. So the fix here is simple as can be. Pick 'em young and pick 'em often. Don't let 'em sit out there growing into clubs. Most cukes are at their very sweetest when they're still on the smaller side, firm and a nice deep green. So check your plants every day or two when they're really going in peak season, 'cause they grow fast. A cucumber that looked just perfect yesterday can be a big, oversized thing by the day after tomorrow. Now, here's a little bonus for you, in case you already got a bitter one sitting in your hand right now. Remember how I told you that bitterness sits mostly in the skin and the stem end? Well, that means you can rescue a whole lot of cukes. Just cut off about 1 inch from the stem end. That's the end that was hooked to the vine. And then peel the skin right off. A lot of the time, that takes most of the bitterness right along with it, and what's left is just fine to eat. So don't go chucking them all in the compost. Trim and peel first, and give it a taste. And one more little tip on that. When you cut into a cucumber, taste a thin slice off the stem end first. If that end's bitter, just keep slicing on toward the other end till it turns sweet, and toss the bitter bit. And try not to drag your knife from the bitter end straight on through the rest, 'cause you can actually spread that bitterness right down into the good flesh. Now you might be sitting there wondering, is a bitter cucumber actually bad for you? And mostly, no. A little bit of bitterness is just unpleasant, won't do you a lick of harm. But if you ever get one that's so intensely mouth-puckering, spit-it-out bitter you can hardly stand it, go ahead and throw that one out. That real strong bitterness means a big dose of that compound, and in large amounts it can give you a stomachache. So here's your easy rule. Mildly bitter, you trim it and eat it. Wickedly bitter, you toss it. Simple as that. All right, let's run back through all 5 real quick. Number 1, water 'em steady and even, deep and regular, and mulch to keep it that way. That's your big one right there. Number 2, protect them from extreme heat with mulch, steady water, and a bit of shade. Number 3, plant the right variety. Look for burpless or bitter-free right on the packet. Number 4, give them rich soil, full sun, and steady feeding so they're never stressed. And number 5, pick them young and often before they get old and bitter, and when in doubt, trim the stem end and peel them. And you know what? Every one of them 5 comes right back to the very same idea. Keep your cucumber plant calm and comfortable, and it will pay you back sweet and crisp every time. Anyway, that's about it really. Go on and treat them cucumbers just a little bit better this season, and I promise you, no more scrunched up faces at the supper table. Take care now, and I'll see you next time.